Our left, we'll see. This is requirements as we discussed. So we discussed about NIC cards, wide type, wireless type, different types in it. Okay, and MAC address, IP and MAC address also we discussed. Different cables also we discussed, and different wireless frequencies. Those related things also we discussed. Different networking devices, hubs, switches, routers, modems, Wi-Fi router, wireless access point. Okay, that is we discussed, as well as I showed how it is connected, how it is works. Differences also. Differences are very important, guys. Hub and switch and router, purpose of modem, router and modem, what is Wi-Fi router, configuration of basic configuration of Wi-Fi router, how to change Wi-Fi router password like that, Wi-Fi password. Simple. Those are very important one. Next is, so up to here we made a connectivity, right? So up to here, what we have done. So we have a devices, either you connect them wired or wireless. So we discussed about what they require. Is first is NIC, network interface card. Maybe it is wired type of connectivity, or it can be a wireless type of connectivity. And then we discuss about different types of devices to connect devices in the LAN or WLAN, or to different connection between different networks, what type of devices are required. To connect it to internet, what type of device is required. Okay, the devices also. So all up to here it is connection only, not at communication, only connection. NICs, medias, devices, all these things for a connection purpose, network purpose. But we need to communicate between different devices. That is networking, communication. For that one, few important things are there. Okay, what are remaining things is important one is they need an IP address. They need an IP address. Okay, without IP address you can't communicate. Okay, so you must have an IP address and destination must have an IP address. Then only we can able to communicate. For example, you want to send a mail, so you should know the two mail address to whom you are sending. That mail address, two address is required, and you should have a mail address, right? Without you are having mail address, you can't send it. Or you are writing a letter, to address, from address is required. To address is required, from address is also required. Okay, so same thing. So in the network, devices are communicating, different types of communication. To communicate, so devices must have their IP address. Okay, so first of all, we are going to learn about IP addresses. In that one, what is IPv4? Okay, what is IPv4 version? What is IPv6 version? And what are their differences? Next one is protocols. Next one is we are going to see about a protocols. What is this protocol? As I said, we do different types of communication. Communication means like mail communication. Okay, mail related communications, or maybe like WhatsApp means like instant messaging communication, file upload or download type of communication, right? Okay, remote access related communication. Remote server is there, so remotely we are able to connect from your desktop. You can connect it to remote one, and for accessing that remote server, configuring that remote server. Okay, remote server communication. So a database server communication. Okay, you are connected to database server and access its database. Okay, so different types of communications. For different types of communications, different types of protocols are there. So what are the different protocols and their port numbers, and what is use of these protocols and the port numbers? Let's see these things. So for in communication, first is required IP address. Then what we required is protocols. Okay. Web-related communication means like HTTP protocol is required. Mail-related communication, SMTP, POP3, IMAP related protocols are required. So then only we'll understand, right? So you're attending a technical discussion. So we put some name like it's a technical session, soft skill session, examination. So if these are all what type of thing it is, what type of communication it is, what type of thing it is. So there we are putting a name for like that. These protocols is understand so what type of communication from source and destination. Okay. So this is okay. So first we will discuss about IP address, then IP in that one IPv4 and IPv6, then protocols. So one more important is after this one is OSA model. Compulsory, all these are important one only, OSA model. Inside OSA model, 7 layers are there. Again, what are the different 7 layers, their importance, and then TCP IP, TCP UDP differences is there. That is also important one. And TCP IP protocol suite. TCP IP protocol suite we are using. Okay. Next step. Okay. And small related troubleshooting things. Okay. Troubleshooting. So these are the things are in the networking part. Okay. So we'll see one by one. Okay, guys. So today is a 21st Feb 2025. So we'll discuss about a IP address today, then IPv4, IPv6. Yeah, just someone join. Lavanya Kim. Where is
Yes, sir.
Lavanya? Yeah, good.
Love.
Someone I'm missing again. No, correct. Correct. Okay. So here it is. What is IP address? In IP and MAC, we are already see the what is IP address and MAC address differences. Just we'll see only IP address now. IP address is a logical address, whereas MAC address is physical address. IP address is a logical address. IP address is a uniquely identified device in the network. Actually, what is meant by logical address? Logical address means you have 100 computers, 100 devices in a physical network. And you can create this 10 systems only can able to communicate each other. 20 systems can communicate each other only. So how can you make it, but all are physically connected? You can use this logical addressing and create a logical network in the physical network. Okay, so that's what it is. It is IP address is a logical address. So to create a logical network, so we need an IP address. In that network, in that logical network, each device must be identified. Okay, so how it is? Identification means I belongs to this network and this is my number like that. Okay, so I belongs to 70s and this is my number. Okay, like that. So also you can say another way of example, we can take it. For example, yours is a batch 12. Okay. So I'm giving a roll number like this: 1201, 1202, 1203, okay, 1204, 1205, 1206, 1207, like this. Okay. So what is this meaning? What is the common? 12 is common for everyone, and everybody having their individual identity. So for example, someone said my roll number is 1204. So I can understand if this person is belongs to batch number 12 and his roll number is 4. So individual identity is 4. For all together is belongs to one group, that is 12. Same I have to 11th batch is also running, right? So however, I'm putting their roll numbers like this: 1101, 1102, 1103, 1104, 1105, 1106, 1107. Okay. So it is, there is also 4 is there. Here also 4 is there. See. But this person is belongs to 12th batch. This person is belongs to 11th batch. Okay. So both are means individual identity is same. Okay. Maybe it's not same. It is, I'm talking about. So there, so from what group they are belongs to or what network they are. So like that. So this IP address, logical IP address, logical network means it is, so there is a network part and host part is there. Two parts are there. Okay. So we can identify, so all same network are different network. So like this, these are all belongs to 12th batch, all are same group or same network. This is 11th batch, these are all same group or same batch, like that. Okay. Even actual textbook example is also there, that is called a floor numbers. So in a first floor, it's 101, 102, 103, 104 is there. On second floor, door numbers are 201, 202, 203, okay, 204, 301, 302, 303, like that. So it is one, first one represents floor. Okay, entire thing is one building only. I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that is, I can put it. But how to identify which door is belongs to which floor? Okay, instead of this, in a first floor, I put a, so 4 are there. So for example, first, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. I keep on going on. Okay. So I said my door number is 6. Which floor you belongs to? So there is no segregation. You can put it, no. But first floor is 1 to 4, second floor is 5 to 8. No problem. But I said my door number is 6. So which floor? I have to search for each floor, right? First floor I have to go, 6 is there. Second floor it is, I have to go, yeah, 6 is there. That's very good. Second floor. No problem. For example, I said my door number is 11. Then I have to search in first floor, second floor, then I came to third floor, I find it. Okay. It's like a, for direct understanding and separations. Okay. We are creating this type of things, right? Same way in IP address also, network and host functions. That's it, is uniquely identified device in the network. Means if you can divide a physical network into some different logical networks. In a single logical network, how it is identified with its network ID. Okay, and each system having their own host IDs also there. Okay, it means there is network ID and host ID combination is one IP address. We will see that one, so don't worry, just try to understand this part of it. Okay. So uniquely identify a device in the network, in a logical network. And of course, we know already IP address can be changeable. We can change IP address. Okay, we can manually change IP address or it automatically can change its IP address, right? We can assign IP address manually or it can get an IP address automatically also. So whereas DHCP server and either this DHCP server can be a Windows server or Linux server, or you can use your Wi-Fi router. Yesterday we have seen that Wi-Fi router, how it is assigning IP address. Okay, so we can use your Wi-Fi router for as a DHCP server to assign IP address or configure IP address to your client device automatically. I came here in morning, I got IP address from my office DHCP server. I came back to my home in evening. I open my laptop, I will get another IP address from my Wi-Fi router. Okay. IP addresses can be changeable, right? So here it is, the point is IP address defines what logical network it is. You can define the logical network. Okay. Every device must have an IP address to communicate in the network. Every device must have an IP address. Without having an IP address, you can't communicate in the network. Whether it is IPv4 IP address or IPv6 address. Compulsory, you must have an IP address to communicate in the network. And all communications by IP address only. You open this divorces.google.com, www.youtube.com, www.facebook.com. All are we are open with the names only. We thought we are communicating with the name, but in a backend we are actually communicating with the IP address. Without IP address, without having an IP address, you can't communicate. And we are all communicating with an IP address only, not with any other addresses. Okay. So IPv4 or IPv6. And what we are using is IP logical network, logical address is IP address we are using. Maybe there is a different logical addressing are there, but what we are using is IP address. Globally, we are using IP addresses only. Okay. IP addresses, two versions. One is IPv4 and another one is IPv6. IPv4 in a binary, it is 32-bit size. In IPv6, it's in binary 128-bit inside. Okay. IPv4 is look like this decimal format 192.168.10.12, 170.16.2.15, like that only it is look like. Whereas IPv6 is hexadecimal format. So it can be smaller size or bigger size, IPv6 are available. Okay. Guys, understand IP address is a logical address. It defines logical network. IP address is not a unique address, guys. It's not unique. MAC address is unique address. IP address is uniquely identify a device in the network. Okay. So IP address can be changeable, can be assigned. Manually we can assign it. Manually we can change it. Also we can get an IP address automatically from DHCP server. Okay. To communicate in the network, you must have an IP address and all communications. Okay. We are doing with the IP address only. Okay. Got it, guys? IP address.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have two versions of IP addresses. IP version 4, another one is IP version. IP version 4 is 32-bit in binary size is 32-bit. Whereas IPv6 is 128. Remember, why? Because people do mistakes here. Okay, because 32 immediately we got 64 in mind. So keep it like there is some distance, 4, 6. So some distance is there, means it's 128. Okay, just 1 second and then tell this. Okay, So whenever you are in an interview, what is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6? Okay. So first IPv4 is 32-bit. Wait 1 second. IPv6 128. Okay. If you don't wait 1 second, sometimes it will come 64. Okay. So that's why. So only one straight line you have to remember, 32 128 here. In IP address 32 128. Okay. 32-bit means like a 32 binary numbers are there. So only IPv4 I will tell first. Okay. So like this. Mhm. This is taking a lot of time to do this one. Easiest way is keyboard typing. Okay. 32. I want 32. Now it is 8, 16, 24, 32. Okay. See, the 8, 16, 24, 30. So this is the totally 32 in binary with each bit like starting 0000, starting one. It's a 000. Okay. And what is the ending? It is like this is the first one. Added more or what? 32. Yes. We added more. This is second one. Okay. It is keep on going like this. It is keep on going like this. And we reach somewhere like this. This is the last one. So this is the starting, all zeros, and last one is all ones. Okay. So this is 32-bit in size. This is entirely 132-bit. This is entirely 132-bit size it is. Okay. 32-bit size it is. Okay. And it keep like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's keep on going like that on. But we are not writing this IP addresses are like this. This entire 32-bit is divided into 4 parts. It is divided into 4 parts. Okay, like this. 4 part means every 8 bit there is a dot. Okay, there is a dot between every 8 bits. Okay, like this. Separated by dot. This is called dot. Okay. Some people say it is point. No, no, point. It's not a point. It is dot. It is universal dot. Okay. So dot. Dot. See. State. Okay. This one also same. So I separated this entire 32-bit into the 4 parts. 4 parts. So each part is 8 bits. Each part is 8 bits. This is also 8 bit. This is also 8 bit. 8 bit. Okay. So each part is 8 bit. Okay. 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit. So total it is 32 bit. Okay. If you check one part, so just take one part. Okay. So 0000 and last part is 111111. So this 000 value is this part 000 value is this is 0, and this 11111 is in a decimal format, it is 255. Okay. So all zeros means all 8 zeros is 0, and all 8 ones in the decimal format is 255. It means each part, the range is from 0 to 255. Each part, the ranging is between 0 to 255. Each part, every part, 0 to 255. 0 to 255. Okay. And each part having 8 bits. Each part having 8 bits. Because it is having 8 bits, we calling it as a octet. We are calling it as octet. Okay. Octet. Okay. Each part we are calling it as a octet. The first one we call it as a first octet, and second part we call it as second octet. Third part we call it as third octet. Fourth octet. Fourth one is fourth octet. Octet means 8 bits. And each octet size is 0 to 255 only. If you say any IP address is more than 255 in any octet is invalid. For example, I am writing an IP address 10.200.300.10. It is invalid. 10 is okay, 200 is okay, but 300 no. So any one of the octet, any one, first one or second one or third or fourth, in any one of the octet is more than 255 means it's immediately invalid, means wrong IP address. It's completely wrong one. Understand guys? Up to here, 0 to 255, first octet, second octet, third octet.
Yes, sir.
So I'm writing from 00000 to all ones, right? This is already I said. This is all zeros. Take these are all zeros. Then take 0 dot. Second one also zeros, 0 dot. Third one also 0, 0. Fourth one is also 0. So this is the first starting range, the starting one. Okay. Then if you say second one, 0 dot, 0 dot, 0 dot, 1. Third one is 0 dot, 0 dot, 0 dot, 2. It keep on going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, and reaches the very last but one, which is the range is like 255, 255, 255. Mouse is also not cooperating properly, or otherwise you have to write very slowly. 255, 255, 255. Last one is 254. And very last one, this is the final one. So after that one, there is no next one. Okay. So it means it is totally 255, 255, 255. Okay. So this is the last one, and this is the first one. Means your IPv4, the range is start with 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 and 255, 255 and 255. So another 255. Okay. another 255. So this is the total range of IP address. Okay. This is total range of your IP address. Okay. And here in this one, I have written 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But what if I reach like this 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 255? As I said, 255 is the last one. So it's not a more than 255 is not there. For example, if you take our decimal numbers, after 9, there is no digit, right? There is no 10. 10 is not a digit, not a single digit. So two digits are there in 10. Okay. So after 9, 8, 9 completed. The 9 becomes 0 and then there is a 1. Again 11, 12, it keep on going. We reach 19. After 9, nothing is there. So 0, again 2. Same we go for 99. Then 1, 0, 0. Think like this, 255 is a kind of digit. 255 is a kind of digit. After 255, it will go to the 0. And 1 will be added here. Again, it's a 1.1. Keep on going 1.255. Again 2.0. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.255. Again it is 3.0. Again you reach 255.255. Okay, 0.0.255.255. It means this is 1.0.0. So 0.1.0.0. Like this only it will keep on going. Okay. So, and we reach up to the last one is, what is our very last one is 255, 255, 255, 255. 255 dot, 255 dot, 255 dot, 255. So that is our last IP address. This is the our IP address IPv4 range. Understand guys this part up to here? If you write from this 0.0.02 255, if you write all IP addresses, all these IP addresses, if you write it, you know how many are there? Are 2 to the power of 32 IP addresses are there. Okay, it's around 4.3 billion IP addresses. 4.3 billion means 100 crores. Okay, 4.3 billion IP addresses are there. Exact number is 2 to the power of 32. This is the exact number. It is around 4.3 billion IP address. And IPv4 is represented in decimal format. This entire 32-bit is divided into 4 parts. Each part is 8 bits. So each part we call it as an octet, which is separated by dot. Each octet ranges from 0 to 255. The very first one we call it as the first octet, and second one we call it as a second octet, third one we call it as a third octet, like that. Okay. So some people, for easy convenience purpose, what they do it, they calling it as a first octet as a W, second octet as X. Okay. The first octet they call it as this is like a W, X, Y, Z. In certain textbooks, certain websites, some people, so usually they're also using this terminology. Okay, is easy to remember, but original word is octet only. Okay, you can use octet as well as X. Means sometimes you attend an interview, or maybe you are talking like you are doing some IP address related kind of stuff. So they're a habit to use this WXYZ, but I told it's octet only. So now there is no collision. Now you understand what he's doing. So you can understand like what is he saying, WXY, what kind of stuff. You can use that. That's why I'm also giving this example. Okay. Guys, up to here, okay? Octets and ranges. Hmm? Understand the range. What is IPv4 addresses range, total range? Tell me. 0.0.0.2.
255.255.255.255.
Very good. Okay. This is total range. And entire this range, divide into 5 classes. Divide into 5 classes. Okay. Divide into 5 classes. It is like class A and class B, class C, and class D, and class C. It's only divided based on the first octet of IP address. It's divided based on the first octet only. First octet only. Okay? This first octet base only it is divided. So remaining octets not part of these classes. The first part, based on the first part only, it is divided. Okay? It is divided into separate classes. There is a lot of reasons to do it because as we said, okay, as we know now, it is IP address is a logical address. So you want to divide a network into logically and different size of the networks. Logical address you can do it, but also depends upon the size of your network. So you can choose different networks. So there is a lot of reasons. One is like a for security reason. Second one is best utilization of IP address and their ranges. Okay, best utilization of IP addresses. Yeah, okay. So we have divide these classes. Okay. So again, I said based on the first octet. So first octet is starting one is 0 and ending is 255. The first octet. Okay. So from 0 to 255, there is a division. Okay. And it is divided the range of classes based on that first octet. The first one is started with a 0. It comes under class A. And 255, the last one, it is the last of class C. Okay. The range is 0 to 127, 0 to 127, 128 to 191, 192 to 223, 224 to 239, 240 to 255. Okay. So this is the actual ranges of each class. See, started with 0 and with 255. So class A is 0 to 127, class B is 128 to 191, class C is 192 to 223, class D is 224 to 239, class E is 240 to 255. So this is the entire class. Okay, these are the different. So try to remember or try to by heart it. First, Try by it 2, 3 times, 10 times, 20 times. So then you will understand and you will remember. So then you will remember. Okay. Of course, if you want a technique, is there is no specific technique. It is first thing you remember 0 to 127. First one you class A remember. Remaining things automatically it comes into your mind. Okay. For writing is quite easy. For remembering at a time of interview, so you have to compulsory by practicing you will remember. Okay. So class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223, class D 224 to 239, class E 240 to 255. The first one, second one, third one, fourth, fifth one is very easy. Okay. So only people will having confusion at from 192 to 223 or 239. That's a little difficult to remember. By practice, by remembering it. Okay. Take 1 second time, like half second or 1 second time when you are telling. Okay. So you will recollect it. So 0 to 127. After 127, it's 128, 128. Okay. To 191, 192. Okay. Then it's not 224. It's like next one is 224. Then it is 223. Okay. Either this side or that side, you will remember. Okay. Again, guys, this class E, the class E. Class E is, from my childhood days, I like means when I'm not networking from engineering and as well as CCNA courses, always the people said R&D. This class E is reserved IP addresses, may be used in some special cases, and maybe not released in a public use. Okay, maybe it is used in some special cases, and or maybe they not released publicly. It's not. I know, as you know, only 255.255.255.255 that we are using. We are not assigning to any device. And understand clear, guys. You have a PC, you have a system, you have a computer or a PC. You want to assign an IP address. Okay, you are going to configure an IP address to the PC, right? So which IP address we can assign, which IP address we can't assign. Obviously now from class E, you can't able to assign to it adapter. Again, class D is a multicast address. Multicast. Multicast means like a group messaging type, like a WhatsApp message. Okay, multicast. So it is used in a different services purposes automatically. You don't control it, but it automatically works in different services. Mainly dynamic routing protocol like RIP version 2, EIGRP, OSPF, BGP. So those protocols are dynamic routing protocols. They use this multicast addressing to advertise their routing tables. Okay, advertising their routing tables. Yesterday I configured static routing. If I do dynamic routing, like using RIP version 2, EIGRP or OSPF, so they advertise means they share that routing information using two address. The two address is multicast address. Okay, the two address is multicast address. So that is not only that one, guys. BOOTP protocol, TFTP protocols use the multicast address to for remote deployments, remote configuration deployments, remote OS deployments, applications deployment means multiple devices they have to install. Multiple devices they have to install. Each device is identified by unicast address, but commonly all these devices are separately with a specific, just like your WhatsApp message only. Your each individual people are having a phone number in the WhatsApp, but two addresses WhatsApp group. I want to share some information. So I click on that. Okay, I click on the share button, share to the group name. Then in the group, all people can able to do it. Not individually, all group can able to see that kind of stuff, right? It's like a multicast. It is used by certain services, but we can't assign to the things. It means we can't assign any IP address from class C and as well as class D also. Again, class A, class B, class C are unicast address. Okay, unicast address. So in network, we are using class A, class B, and class C. But in this one also, there is a few IP address we can't use it. One is 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. This is also a reserved IP address. This reserved IP address used by certain services. For example, default routing place, we use this 0 dot 0 dot 0 for representing any IP address, any network, any IP address kind of stuff. Okay. And certain places like LO all, deny all, okay, that kind of places also we use this IP address. Okay, 0 dot 0 dot 0. Even I said IP address configured automatically from DHCP server. But how DHCP server knows you want IP address? Okay. So DHCP does not know that one. So the client should send a request to the DHCP server. So DHCP server will give some IP address to the client, right? So first of all, the client don't know who is DHCP server. So it will want to find where is DHCP server. So for that one, what this um, uh, protocol packet it will send as a source IP is 0 dot 0 dot 0, destination is 245.255.245.245. It means certain protocols they use this IP address for certain different purpose. Like DHCP use to broadcast the packets to find DHCP server. Okay, as a source IP. DHCP client, sorry, DHCP client use this IP address as source IP to find DHCP server. So this is a reserved IP. This is also we can't assign to any device. Not only that one, entire zero series network 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 1, 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 2. This entire series of IP addresses we can't assign to any device. Guys, understand 1 0 dot 0 dot 0 reserved IP which we cannot assign to any system. Hmm. 127 dot 0 dot 0 dot 1. 127 dot 0 dot 0 dot 1. Okay. This is also a reserved IP address. Okay, for a loopback purpose, and it is an IP of localhost. It's an IP of localhost. What is this loopback? Loopback means self. Loopback. Okay, means testing, self-testing purpose. Okay, self-testing. Use it for a self-testing. How do you test self-testing? Simple. Ping to 127.0.0.1. Okay. So why we should ping it? To make sure your system TCP IP services are running or not. Okay. To make sure TCP IP services are running or not, ICMP protocol is working or not. Okay. So that is for testing purpose. We use this self-testing part. Okay. Next, localhost. What is localhost? Guys, my computer has some computer name, your computer having some computer name. But for example, I have a name, you have a name. But when you are talking when you are presenting or you are checking yourself, so what you say? Myself, myself, right? Myself is myself. For me, it's myself. Like that. Every PC for that PC, the name itself is like a local host. My PC, your PC, or every PC, their name, even they are having some name, but for themselves it is a local host. Okay, so that is a local host address. So your 127.0.0.1 is loopback or local host IP address. Loopback or a local host address. And this localhost means same IP, but 2 points. One is loopback and another one is localhost. Same IP is same. So it is like a self-host access. Self-host access. For example, here I installed MySQL server, and this is MySQL client. Okay, I'm connecting this client to server. Server is in this system, client is also in the system. So I don't require any separate network IP and all. Within the system, they can connect like a network service wide, we can connect it using this localhost or loopback address. Okay, using this localhost name or a localhost IP address, you can connect it. And you want to connect from outside. For example, you have another PC. From this PC through network, you want to connect, like you have already MySQL client is there. From this client, you want to connect it to this server. So how to connect it? Using this is IP address only. This IP address is required, not a localhost address. Localhost means within the system only. From outside of the system, compulsory IP address only. So guys, this 0 series and 127 series are reserved IPs for different purposes. So we can't assign 0 series IP addresses or 127 series IP addresses. That's why in certain test books, they shows 1 to 126. Okay, instead of 0 to 127, it shows 1 to 126. Some places 1 to 127, some places 0 to 126, some places 1 to 126. Okay, so but actual range is 0 to 127. Okay, this is the main points of IPv4. Guys, now we discussed about IPv4 and IPv4 classes and their ranges. So simple exercise and we'll take a small break. So this is an IP address. So you see this IP address. Find out which class it is belongs to. How to find a class? See the first octet only. Don't worry about a remaining thing. See the first class only. It's 134. It is a 134. And see the ranges here. See the ranges. 134 is in between 128 to 191. Class B. This IP address belongs to class B. Now tell me for the second one. 156.78.1.44.
Class B.
Class B only. Okay. Why? Because of it's between 128 to 191 only. Next 10.2.3.191.
Class A.
Very good. One 194.
Class C.
Class C. 194. 192 to 223. Class C. 227.127.0.12.
Class D.
Very good. Class C. So when you see an IP address, check the first octet, check the range of these classes, and you can identify which class of IP address it is. Okay, guys, this is a few points about class IP addresses. Okay, then we'll discuss about network and host portions. Okay, network, host portions, subnet mask. Okay, what is meant by subnet mask, and other few things we'll discuss. Okay, take small break, guys. Take a 10 minutes of break and come back. So come back at 11:55.